there's such an interesting theme of shame at play and how your character uses it to his advantage. Death is less scary than shame to many. Can you speak to that element and what interested you and how David uses blackmail in a unique manner to get what he wants?
It's really accurate what you just said, and that's what appealed to me about playing this role. Because taking on a role like this, I was very reticent to do that. It being so dark, but actually the debate around shame was one of the things that really I wanted to kind of try and understand, and how people get themselves into the position where, like you say, they're prepared to do harm to themselves or even take their own lives because they do feel that. David Roby, the character itself, is almost just a tiny part of the monster in this movie. The monster is the world of the internet and the abused version of the internet, where people, David Roby watches and observes and as a voyeur sucks people's lives out because he doesn't have one himself, and then that combined with a sort of desire to bring down someone who he thinks is hypocritical, such as Luther, who is in a position of power but can use power however he likes, whereas this man, David Roby, has no power unless he makes it for himself. That is really the territory we're in. So that, but going back to what your question about shame, it's like we are all aware that it's so powerful that young people can feel so manipulated. Not just young people of all ages, but particularly young minds can feel so judged, shamed, manipulated by the very technology that is supposed to bring us together and democratize and make society function in a better way, and it sort of has backfired hugely. And that is the territory I think that it really interested me about this. The world that we have sort of almost turned on its head, and it's become something other than what it was set out to do.
Yeah, it's such an interesting film with so many facets to your character, and you've played some amazing villains in the past, but many were motion capture roles. Doing this movie, does it feel more personal in this way, or do you get the same type of satisfaction either way?
Oh no, not at all. It's a role is a role, and it's the satisfaction comes from inhabiting, walking in that person or character or creature's shoes, or not shoes, or even feet. Uh, but it's like there isn't any difference for me between acting using a motion capture technology, using performance capture, or a suit, or wearing a costume and makeup. It's I don't get more pleasure from playing either. It's all about the actual role and diving in there and telling a story and connecting with audiences through those characters. But it's very interesting how people do perceive it now. I mean, a number of people have said to me, "Oh, it's nice to see your face on screen," and as if it's something different to the job of acting in motion capture, but it's not.
Luther adds to the great list of franchises that you've been able to add to the legacy of. What does it mean for you to keep getting these important roles, from everything to Lord of the Rings to Star Wars? It had to be a bit surreal at first, but you keep coming to these great series.
I've count myself incredibly lucky that I've been asked to be part of these different genres and stories and franchises, because it really and this is a prime example. I was a huge fan of this TV series, and when I knew it was becoming a movie, I was very, very excited. I'm very excited for Idris, who I've wanted to work with for years. He's such an explosive and very, very grounded actor who really owns this role, and being on set with him shooting this was amazing. But to have the Luther world grow into a big movie, it really suits it, because you have the sort of the almost Gotham City like Lutherland version of London, and then you've got all the big set pieces, but you've also got the grit and the emotional truth and the power that the TV series had as well. So I think it's I felt like for me it was a really great entry point.